Well, I'm joined now by Holocaust survivor Manfred Goldberg and Karen Pollock, who is Chief Executive of the Holocaust Educational Trust. Really good to see both of you this morning. Manfred, how are you going to mark today?
Well, I am straight from here being taken to 10 Downing Street for an event which will be circulated, I believe, among thousands of civil servants. I've been asked to give a version of my testimony, which all these civil servants will listen to. Some of them I expect for the first time. I spoke to your receptionist while I waited here, and to my amazement, he had never heard the word Holocaust.
It's stunning, isn't it, when you say that? You were a little boy, Manfred.
I was 11 years old when I was taken into the camps, and days after my 15th birthday, when I was liberated by a British tank column.
And Karen, this is being marked all over the world, isn't it? Just tell us about the importance of having a day.
It is being marked across the world, and thank you for having us here today. It's difficult for Manfred to share his story in a few minutes, but it's a very harrowing testimony and one that can take hours to listen to. And even when you've heard it, it's so difficult to comprehend. And, you know, the unthinkable horrors that he experienced and the loss that he went through is enormous. And so people like Manfred, the survivors, they are the brave people reliving their story, their testimony, so that people like me and you and your viewers will know what happened during the Holocaust, and that the next generation will continue to learn and carry the legacy of Holocaust survivors, people like Manfred, and those people, 6 million Jewish men, women and children who were murdered. So today is a day for all of us as a nation and across the world to come together and remember. But for people like Manfred, he remembers this every day. This is part of his life. And we at the Holocaust Educational Trust, our job is, of course, to highlight and amplify this commemoration today, but to work all year round so that people never forget.
And Manfred, as the number of people who survived dwindles, it gets smaller and smaller, doesn't it? How do you think is the most effective way to keep the memory of those atrocities in people's minds so that it can't happen again?
There are quite a number of organizations who are innovating highly ingenious new methods of preserving testimony given by survivors. I'm amazed that hundreds of thousands of people are denying that the Holocaust ever happened, while survivors like me, who can speak in the first person, are still alive. But that is a fact today. I feel that it would be extremely dangerous and have consequences if the Holocaust was relegated to just a footnote in history. It is absolutely vital to keep that horrific experience, which I believe was unprecedented in the history of humanity, alive, in order to make people aware of what hate can lead to. I think that in one way or another, people will achieve what we are saying, that the memory must be kept in front of people.
And if I may add also to Manfred's words, and I think he won't mind me saying this, but you asked about the dwindling number of survivors. These are a small number now, precious people with important history and experience to share. And Manfred and I both lost a very dear friend, Ziggy Schipper, who passed away last week on his 93rd birthday. But Ziggy, in fact, is somebody that Manfred met in the camps during the Holocaust, and they've been friends ever since. So you know, Manfred has lost somebody that he's known and been friends with, well, for over 7 decades.
Yes, indeed.
But this this is the example of the challenge we have. And so, as Manfred says, the innovation that we at the Holocaust Educational Trust and others are involved in is to ensure that these testimonies are preserved and shared.
Yeah, it's so important that we have not just a day like today, but that, Manfred, that you do share your memories, which can't be easy for you at all. But we very much appreciate you coming on to share them with us here on Sky News today. And we wish you all the very best for your event at number 10 shortly after speaking to us. Thank you very much indeed.